Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm excited to discuss this today, what I'm about to discuss with you. I got into a conversation with somebody, and they were kind of getting frustrated with me because I kept on saying, like, well, for me, my belief is X, Y, and Z. And for me, and I kept on saying, for me. And the person kept on saying, like, why do you keep on saying that? What about everybody else? And I'm like, I can't speak for everybody else. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, but doesn't whatever applies to you can apply to everybody else? I'm like, no. I'm like, I really believe that everyone's belief systems is for themselves. Like, I'm not here to dictate anyone else's beliefs other than express my views. Like, here I'm on my YouTube page. Like, I'm not going to speak for everyone else and how they should believe. I would tell people, like, I'm not here to change anyone's belief. I'm actually here to tell people that I was stuck in a place of, like, looking towards everyone else to tell me how to think and feel and behave instead of looking in the inner, like my inner self. Like, God put me here, just like He put you here. God put each of us here. That means we have the God within inside of ourselves, like the same way our father and mother put us here, and genetically we're partly our father and mother. That means God is in us because He birthed us into this world. So we're genetically God. Therefore, the God within inside myself has the inner knowing of what it is I'm supposed to be doing here. And that's what the great sages were trying to teach us. I think that's all the prophets and all the great leaders, Jesus, Muhammad, Moses. I don't know, I mean, each of the teachings of all these people, but I could imagine that what the real teaching was is teaching us that the real version is inside of yourself. And people think, like, oh, the greatest one in my religion was X, Y, and Z, and no one could ever be like him. And the reason why Jesus was so looked up to is because Jesus was trying to tell people, no, you can be exactly like me, but you can't be Jesus because Jesus is Jesus. I can be Yoni in the best version of me. And when I speak for myself, when I speak on these forums, or if I speak to somebody, it's really about telling people, hey, I was looking towards you to give me my answers. I was looking in books, I was looking in videos, and I was looking at all these mechanisms to figure out who am I and how am I supposed to live my life, which is a crazy thing. It's inside of you to know what's true. The most obvious thing in the world that religions teach us is, again, this idea that I keep on bringing up about past, present, future, that it's all already happened. So some people will say, "What do you mean it didn't happen yet?" I mean, but it didn't happen in our realm in God, but God knows what you're going to choose. I mean, okay, it's irrelevant how it's all irrelevant how you say it, because at the end of the day, if God knows what you're going to choose, means for God it already happened. How does He know what you're going to choose if it didn't happen yet? If it didn't really happen, the answer is there's no time and space is relatively real. We know in different, like, if you go into space, it's the time is actually different than it is here, and time and space is relatively real according to science. We know that from science. But it's pretty obvious that everything already happened. You know, the movies talk about the multiverse and different dimensions and different realities. And, I was asking someone also, like, when you're sleeping, are you alive or are you dead? So your body is still alive and your consciousness is still running. So your dream state's another reality. Ram Dass talks about that. That's another form of reality. It's just relative. This is also a form of reality. What we're experiencing now is relatively real. When we die, there's another reality. What Before we were born, there was another reality. There are multiple layers of reality, but regardless, it's already happened. And the only thing that we have to figure out is that each one of us is a God in of its own. We are all God. And this could sound like blasphemy to people. Like, what do you mean you're God? Well, God put you here. So some people say you're like, we're all part of God, about this bigger whole entity called the One. We're all the One. So we're all particles of the One. Or we are the One. We are the world. We are, in fact, just, we are the world. And whatever we're seeing are projections of our mind. It's not really real. The reality is our consciousness, which is everything. Like, I am you and you are me. We just can't see, or we see differently, but it's all a mystery. And that's the mystery of the universe. There's certain things that are we can't talk about it. That we're talking about, the mentioning, like, you're talking about God, which is formless, and we're using form to talk about the formless. Like, there comes to the point where it's an impossible thing. Like, we can get into conversations and people get into even arguments and fights over, like, God and religions and who's right. I don't, None of that stuff matters to me anymore. What matters to me is I want to feel good. here and now, not in this futuristic, like I want to feel good when I go to heaven or hell. I want to like afterlife or prior to this moment. Here I am in this moment. I'm like, I just want to feel good now. That's all I wanted in my life is and not have to strive and stress and try so hard. And then I came across Ram Dass in the book Be Here Now, and Eckhart Tolle's book The Power of Now, and I started reading all this stuff about consciousness and watching all these videos, and I started meditating, and I started doing the things I wanted to do, and then all of a sudden, everyone started going away in a sense from me and being a little bit nervous around me, and I had to be really good with myself and being okay with that, realizing, whoa, this journey of awakening is not for everybody. It's not, it's a journey to really go all the way in. And people say to you, what does it mean to go in? Well, close your eyes and breathe. Do that throughout your day, and do it for intervals in the morning and at night and throughout your day, and do it more and more and more. And when you have breaks in between, and be away from people, and do it while you listen to meditation videos and even guided meditations. And however you do it, there's no right or wrong way. There's no right way to sit in. Like people will say, you have to sit this way in meditation. That's one method. There are many methods. I had to learn. I learned from friends. I learned from guided meditations. I learned from all these places that it doesn't matter how you sit. Doesn't matter if you lie down. Doesn't matter if you're straight up. This is also, again, this is stuff. I'm not a meditation teacher. I've learned people are so strict with their meditations. I think it's good to have a practice, because then you'll stick to that practice and that will be your form. And then you could branch out of the form, get out of your routine by having that form. But ultimately, I don't think that it matters. Like I meditate in the bathtub a lot, where my I can't sit fully or lie fully, so my legs are in a weird sort of position. I'll meditate in this couch right here, which is like there's a chair here, so like it's in the way. And I sometimes meditate flat, and I sometimes meditate in a beach chair, which is like an awkward sitting position where I'm like a little bit leaning, and I meditate in a beanbag chair. And then I sometimes I meditate for 3 minutes, sometimes I meditate for 5 minutes, sometimes I meditate for 20 minutes, sometimes I meditate for an hour. There's no The point of it is to get to the place where you're just flowing and you're just doing what it is you're doing without worrying about the time of how long you're meditating for, and that you're stuck on becoming the best meditator. There are too many people that talk about their meditations, and they're like, well, did you see, I saw this thing in meditation. I don't care what you saw in meditation, no offense, it's beautiful. I don't get into what I saw in meditation. I'm not trying to see anything. I'm not trying to create powers. People, through meditation, there are powers people get. They're called siddhis, however you pronounce it. There are powers that people get, magic and whatever they want to, and real magic and real things, that things happen, miracles, God, whatever you want to say. But I just wanted to see that we are the miracle. You are the miracle. You are the God. The God inside of you will come out through your breath. God, in the beginning of time, when you were first born, breathed into you a breath of life, and poof, you're breathing. And it's like the charging station and like a charger, right? You you put the phone in the charger at the end of the day or throughout your day, when like after I use the phone here, it's like all the way wound down and I have to recharge it. And you hear people on YouTube videos be like, hold on, I gotta restart my phone. Like they edit their videos because they have to cut it off and whatever. Constantly recharging. That is the breath. The breath, the meditation is all about recharging ourselves. That's what sleep is all about. I've wrote a poem about sleep. That what is sleep? Scientists have really don't really know what sleep is about, but it's clear sleep is a type of meditation. It's not really so conscious until you start meditating throughout your day, and then sleep could become conscious. Even it could be, it's like it is a meditation in that you're recharging yourself. You're allowing yourself to come back and to realize that this is all relatively real. It's all play. It's all a game. You can play it how you want, but to realize, don't take it so seriously because it's already happened. And just in order to feel that and to constantly be in that place, it's to constantly bring yourself back and to trust yourself, your own inner intuition. I can't tell you for you how to live your life, what religion to be in, what direction to go in. That's for you to figure out. And I'm so grateful to share this with you guys. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for anybody else. Don't do it for your parents, your partner. Go inside. It's private. It's a private matter. Keep on going in. Keep on going in, and feel and let yourself work through those things that are like clouds in the sky. They're just going to pass through, and then whoa, magical things happen. And don't get caught in the magic. Just get caught in the fact that you're just going to keep doing it because you want to just keep on seeing God in every single moment of your day. I hope this helped you guys trust yourself, to trust your own inner guidance, and speak to you guys soon.